I did that myself. I pushed it off myself because I got the old skills to pay the bills. Go on, push that big wobbler. Let's go. Sploosh. I said earlier that I could just invert my brain. It's easy for me. It's not though, is it? What are we doing now? We're going backwards. Backwards. There we go. And we drop. Plop. Just got to concentrate on this now. Concentrate. Here we go. Here we go. What's happening next? We're going up this little funnel, and then we're plopping back on on. But we're going backwards. So we're going oop blah oop blah oop blah oop oop blah. No, oop blah. This is. You should see me play Dark Souls. I'm better at Dark Souls. I didn't realise this game was going to end up being Souls-like. But I guess any game where you repeatedly die can now be described as Souls-like. There you go, there you go. There's no bonfires, are there? So, there's no bosses. Let's do this, let's do this. Come on, we're up, we're up. Up, 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 up. Other way, up, up, up. Yes. Just drop off gently. Not into the hot lava. There's a little, I can see there's a jumpy rock there, a bouncy rock, so we're going to be up on the bouncy rock in a second. I don't know where we're going. We're just going to have to reverse controls up to the bouncy. Boing. There you go. Oh, boing the wrong way. There you go. Oh, that was close. Close to disaster. But saved. Saved. See, this is a lovely, gentle game, isn't it? Feeling the heat in this underground level. The first time we've been pressured by the game. A few deaths. But success. And we continue our way. As annoying as the circle feels sticky is, this would be almost impossible without Sticky, the pine cone seed. And we're up. We're still hot, so we're still reversed. Jump into nothing. Leap of faith again. Repeatedly asking us to make leaps of faith. And there we go, our controls are back. Our controls are back. We found it. It's the perfect place. Perfect. This is where I want to stay. Oh, bless. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Sure, it's great and all, but still more to discover. Yeah, but like, I understand this pine seed. It's gone on a journey. It's moved away from its family. It likes balloons. The balloons are here. These little towers of rocks, the water, it likes it. Look at that balloons, these balloons we saw. I really wonder where they're coming from. Hey, just stay focused for a second. I said I want to stay here. This is the place I want to place my roots. So you mean not just staying for a moment, but actually staying here like forever? Yes, that's exactly what I mean. That's simply not going to happen. That's a bit unfair, isn't it? It's a bit mean of us, the circle, to you know. I think we should understand our friends and their desires. I think that's fair, isn't it? So, not with me. Well, circles called the shots. That's for sure. I didn't say anything about it being with you, did I? I'm sick and tired of you always wanting to decide everything. That's it. I'm staying. Oh. That feels like a... Is there no way I can convince you? It feels harsh because we've made progress together. No. I guess this is goodbye then. I need to go on alone again. Yes, this is goodbye. Goodbye then, Sticky. I did enjoy our journey together. I do hope you find what you're looking for, Circle. It's a bit sad, isn't it? Do you know, I actually feel a bit sad about that. But it's not about that. What it is, it's the... finally alone again. It's the analogy. Analogy, is analogy the right word? Analogy of breakups, of grief, of death. You know, of losing friends. That's what makes me feel sad about that. But it's interesting to note that At this point, the game has not made it. It's not turned it into a wake. You know, it's not turned this into a funeral and a sad moment. Well, I'm going to have to pause and gather my feelings, because if I want to talk and not cry, I'm just going to have to gather my feelings. Do you know, the green screen is better today because it's actually, I've put up a piece of green material, not just a light bulb to cover the wall, but that's a technical thing. This is important. I had a friend who lost a parent when they were young, and when they explained to me, I mean, how difficult that must have been, especially as a child, not being able to understand fully, you know, not being able to understand the whys and the hows and the injustices, just being a child. And they told me that something they did with their therapist was that they had to draw a picture. They asked them to draw a picture of a balloon and their parent floating off in the balloon, and themselves to imagine letting go of the balloon. You know, when you have a helium balloon that flies off into the sky. And I think this was, you know, a therapeutic tool to help the child understand about the loss of the parent. Interestingly, this motif is here at this point in this game. That when Sticky and Circle separate, Circle's going on, Sticky's staying where they are. Balloons, hope. Do they represent hope? What do the balloons represent from you? You've never heard of a helium balloon. It's when they fill them up with lighter than air gas. It might be called something different in America, and the balloons float in the air. Lighter than air. Or maybe you're being sarcastic because everyone knows what a helium balloon is and I'm being patronising. I don't know. Yeah, anyway. This, you know, what do balloons, as a Ganji Puko warrior crew here, what do balloons mean to you in this artistic context? In this frame of separation? What do they represent? How do they make you feel? That's going to be important to come back to, I believe. A really interesting part of this story, isn't it? Separation, grief. My last dog that I talk about sometimes, Navin, he had a can of crisps yesterday. We're all learning something new. When Navin was getting old, I explained to him that when we die, we go up in the sky. He's a dog, so I don't know if you can understand it. But I used to say to him, you know, you go up in the sky. We'd have cuddles and stuff, and I'd say, you know, one day you're going to have to leave me and go up in the sky. And I'd say this to him. And then, you know, one day I had to take him and have him put down. And, you know, feel this passing up into the sky. I don't know. Yeah. Interesting that this game about a broken circle has made us feel such strong things. Why are you back here? I've come to talk to you. I've come to just see that you're alright. Bye, circle. Okay. We'll move on. Explaining death to your dog is private. No, your dog is not allowed. Of course your dog's allowed. Okay. Here we go. I think in a way... Oh, that's the end of the level. I think in a way, my explaining to the dog about his death was my processing and dealing with it leading up to it. And I believe that, we're falling down. Well, hello, things are happening. Circle was feeling down and contemplating the breakup with Sticky. So it's about a breakup, an emotional breakup. I just wanted to finish this point that I believe we all understand impending disaster is coming. I think we all can see the future in certain ways. I mean, the dog was going to die. That was going to happen. You know, I understood that. And so I guess I wasn't just explaining it to the dog. I was trying to deal with it myself, I guess. Circle was feeling down and contemplating the breakup with Sticky. Oh, look, I can't stick anymore, so I can't get that mushroom. Sticky isn't here to help. Things are different. Yet it had no idea why It was calming. Oh, okay. I missed that one a bit. If only you could stick. But you can't even do that. Oh, see, so now I feel negative about something that I wasn't able to do before, that somebody helped me with, that now I feel is absent. I feel I'm undervaluing myself. If you'd not been so self-absorbed and egotistical, you might have been with Sticky if you hadn't. So it's my fault that I've separated with Sticky now, I'm feeling. It's just so hard. Wah. So now I'm blaming it all on me. And the truth was, yeah, the circle was a bit negative and Sticky didn't like that, but we had different opinions. Everything is hard on your own, right? And Sticky wanted to stay places and I wanted to push on with the journey. And that was okay. You know, it wasn't all negative, was it? It was just different. Although in the game the circle did appear to be negative at some time. Look, there's a mushroom, I've got one. That's better, I suppose. I don't even know what the mushrooms are for, so I don't know why we have a desire to collect them, other than I explained in the previous episode that I'm a bit of a whale, a collector. I like to get everything in a game. That just sent me around the house there, didn't it? Back on myself. And game companies know that about people, so they design games for whales, where you have to collect all the cards and things. There's something down there as well. Can I get down there? Nope. Interesting though, isn't it? There's definitely something down there. Incomplete circle. I wonder if maybe we'll find another friend to help with our journey. Oh, this is a tilter. Do we want to tilt down there? Do we want to go down there? Should we try it? Okay, so we don't want to go down there. But again, a very strange, and we've moved from that hot zone to this dark, you know, it's giving us time. This game now we've moved through a very simple platforming element, and it's given us time now to appreciate and take in the level, you know, the design, the art, the style that we're now experiencing. I guess it feels very lonely again. You're alone, ALONE. Don't you get it? This is the negativity, isn't it? This is the darkness, the negativity in the soul. Dark grey. The world seems devoid of colour. And it's stuck there. Very clean game design. Yeah, I agree with that. Very clean. It's not trying too hard to say too many things, is it? It's being very very neat and tidy about its statements. Everything is much more fun when you have someone to talk to. And that, I suppose, what's good about that is it gives you, if I was playing this on my own without talking to you, it would feel even more lonely. And it gives you those spaces to feel things in a very clean, as you said, I like that word, clean, it's a good word for this, a very clean manner, very refined. In other games, you might, like in Mario's platform style, there's a lot of busy things in the world, there's a lot of visual glamour on screen, and you sort of take it for granted and just move through it quickly. Your aim is to move through it quickly sometimes, but this game's not doing that to you. It's giving you space and time. And it's gone a bit quiet, hasn't it? The abyss. I'm so close. I could jump in so easily. But does that mean you should do it? Just make up your mind. It seems the easy way out. Then again, then what? Just jump. But is jumping what you really want to do? This is about suicide, clearly. This is clearly a metaphor, analogy for suicide. I'm going to talk about Wreckful briefly. Reckful being a streamer, hugely popular streamer, who, in my opinion, was one of the all-time greats, changed the platform, was there at the start, achieved the heights. He went through difficulties in his life. He ended up deciding to commit suicide, and one of the things he said before he did was about wondering if what was going to come next, if there was an afterlife, if there was a heaven. And he'd just find out, it was almost like he was making this statement that he was bored of life and was ready to find out what was coming next, if there was anything coming next. And it's tragic. It's absolutely tragic. He had so much more to offer. He had so much more to share, and he had so much more to see and experience. And he might not have understood that or realised it. And at the moment when he felt that low, because like all of us being kept in through COVID, he suffered with loneliness. But he was a special kind of person who suffered with loneliness as a standard feeling anyway. He'd been through difficulty in his life. His brother had committed suicide. He'd felt this dysfunction, this void, the sadness, the gap between himself and the rest of the world. He'd managed to bridge that gap through relationships, but some of those relationships were fleeting. Some of them were not what he thought they were. And as relationships in his life broke down, and he found himself at one of the lowest points in his life, he decided to take that option and to jump in. As I say, you've got other options, and if you can fight through the dark times, there will be more enjoyable things to come. And there may have been things in Reckful's life that if you look back 5 years on your life, 10 years on your life, and think, how did I think and feel back then? And is it the same as I think and feel now? Is there some common theme, or have I changed certain ideas? Are there some things that I felt really strongly back then that maybe I don't feel so strongly now? If you give yourself that time to let things pass and change, eventually we will all, sad to say, but we will all die eventually. So there's no need to jump the gun, poor choice of words. There's no need to get there quicker, and even if you're suffering, I've said this before, but if you're suffering now, then you're doing it, you're coping with it. You might feel you're not, you might feel it's breaking you down, but up to this point, you're still here, and you haven't given up, and you can do it, and every minute that you do it is another minute. And if you have to count it minute by minute, second by second, at times when you feel at your lowest, you just have to get through those 10 minutes, that half hour, those 2 days. You can't necessarily, you don't have to do these things alone. And if you're feeling like that, then I'm not going to bring up Samaritans on this stream. I'm going to put it in the description of the video. But there's a place you can turn, a person you can talk to, and your friends, your family. It's important to talk to them, because we can make a choice not to jump into that void, and in doing so, provide options, possibilities, and hope. And that's what you have to cling on to and hope and understand in the void. When you're in the void, it's hard to say, hard to do, but we've seen how easy it is for somebody who we all on this platform consider to be, I don't know, I can't speak for everyone, but I think the majority of streamers who were aware of Reckful considered him to be intelligent, positive, outgoing, charismatic. He appeared to have it all. He was not financially struggling. He was able to follow his dreams. He was producing a video game. He was living the dream life that so many aspire to, and yet he was in the void. He saw the void on a day-to-day basis, and we weren't able, as a society around him, and not just him, the others who follow that same path, who fall to the void, We weren't able to preempt it or to stop it. And there's a failing there. And I'm not going to say it's our fault, it's your fault, it's my fault. It's not. But there's a failing there in our society on the whole. And our society on the whole is failing, not just Wreckful, but thousands of others on a day-to-day basis. And so, I'm just trying to do my little bit here when it's brought up to point out that that is not the best option. And it might feel like the easiest escape, but we're not here to escape easily. You know, we're here to struggle and sometimes suffer so that we can enjoy. And some people say you can't see the good without the bad, you can't have the light without the dark. We're here to get through those things so we can take enjoyment from other things. And it won't always be enjoyable, and it won't always be the void. Sometimes it'll just be neutral. And earlier in this game, one of the characters made a statement to that effect, that neutrality was okay, that they didn't have to be ecstatically happy all the time, and learning to live with our feelings and to understand them and to allow them to pass, that's important. So I won't alight too much on that now. I've just done my little talk off the top of my head. Maybe it's something we can bring up again in Mental Health Monday. Certainly we should do an episode on suicide. It's a very serious thing though. And this is what this game has brought to our attention. Jump already, jump. I'll get you down here myself. Help. I don't like this. Interesting, when faced with impending, Sticky's so much happier without you. The world will be a better place without you in it. When faced with that impending danger, your body's instinct is usually to avoid it, to seek life at any cost. Why did you go on this journey? Oh, I fell. Oops, that was not the right choice. Why did you go on this journey? You are a failure. And I'm sure we've all felt this negativity in our souls before, haven't we? They say depression is rage turned inwards, and that your frustrations and anger in the... Oh, gonna have to work the tilt here. Oh, we're gonna make it. Yes. They say that depression is rage turned inwards, and that your frustrations and angers with the world end up taken out on yourself. I feel like we missed the gap then, did we? Or are we okay still? Here we go, here we go. We have no sticky though, so where do we turn? Now I'm just going around in circles. Get off me tail. This is called kiting. If you've got an enemy chasing you and you're running away from it like that, kiting it. Kiting is a phrase used in computer games. Oh, I fell off. Hang on, no, that feels a little unfair. Where did I fall off there? I reckon. Oh, wait. He's made that fall down. It. The darkness. The dark. So I reckon we can go back on ourselves and pop down that little hole. Down the hole. Go on, circle. Go on, you little... And interesting, from a point of being facing the void, suddenly, when faced with threat, you want to live. You know, I can't stop falling. We've all felt like that sometimes. Without Sticky, I won't be able to... Yeah, we're just going to have to go with the flow. But you've never had a problem going with the flow before, little circle. You've been alright. Oh well, never mind. Why am I even trying? Yeah, it's okay sometimes to just go with the flow. I'll just let go. But to give up completely, keep falling, away from the Cloudmaster into oblivion. Oosh. Well, that's not too bad, is it, look?